right, team, welcome back to Plastic Surgery Untold, greatest podcast in the world, as voted by us. Lots of cool stuff to talk about, so I want to jump into it. We got Nurse Sarah, we got Dr. Chang here, and so you probably know both of them. They don't need any introduction, but I feel like I skipped it last time. Talk to me a little bit. Anything new and exciting in your life now that you're TikTok famous?
I don't know if one viral TikTok video counts as famous, but I will take it. Yeah, been super busy this spring.
You've been crazy busy.
Super busy. Yeah, I'm in my last 2 courses of my, graduate school program for my nurse practitioner. So that's super fun. And get in the, I've got twin girls. I actually have 3 daughters, but the twins have been taking a lot of tumbling, about to get into some competitive cheer, finishing up the school year, and then seeing a ton of incredible patients in the office. So doing really good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Just working away. A few things that we've rolled out recently, which has been super exciting, and we're going to talk about one of them in just a second. About introducing labs in our office. I think if anybody has been watching our Instagram, and if you haven't, shame on you guys. This year has been all about trying to make life as easy as possible for y'all. I know everybody's super busy. It's really, really tough now that most people are back in the offices. People have a tight schedule, and so everything we can do. Dr. Chang and I have developed this with Nurse Sarah in terms of a couple things. One, so we've evolved that we can actually collect all your labs in our office, including EKGs. And I think this is a spectrum of all of us. And so, one, from my standpoint, if you're somebody who's trying to get ready for surgery, I think this is absolutely fabulous because it's super easy to do everything in one place. And that's where this evolved from. I hate to go to 5,000 different places to get ready. Time's busy. I'm already going to have to take time off for my procedure. So, to take off more time before is can be challenging. Also, from the wellness side, Dr. Chang, we were talking, there's some patients that have either stalled out or they want to be able to track their changes a little bit better. And so being able to do labs right at the beginning of their process throughout, because sometimes when people have stalled out in their weight loss journey, there may be other things going on. And this is where labs can really help identify if there are any underlying issues.
Yeah, exactly. To that point, I think this is, so we have seen quite a few folks at this point, of course, and as we kind of mentioned in one of the previous episodes, each person just has a slightly different journey. Every once in a while, this is not super common, but every once in a while, we do get the occasional person who just either doesn't respond very well, or they kind of reach a plateau. They get to a certain point and they're like, oh my gosh, well, I've tried all the things that I can do, and I've made all my lifestyle changes, my diet changes, my exercise, all the above. But then they just kind of hit a certain ceiling. And I think that's like the perfect time, to your point, to be checking, because there may be some other underlying medical things going on, and depending on kind of how often you're getting surveillance and that sort of stuff. So I think this is a great way for us to kind of just make this whole experience a little bit more comprehensive and to provide that service to our folks. And then the other part that you were just mentioning, absolutely, just to kind of backtrack a tiny bit, we've seen such huge progress in so many people, right? And we love to be able to show that and to prove that objectively, not just on the scale, but to say, here are your before and afters, right? Like here's like perhaps we check your lipids up front, and like down the line, 6 months later, we're like, oh my goodness, look at that huge improvement to your cholesterol panel, right?
Hemoglobin A1C.
Exactly, A1C, your sugars, and trying to think what else. Yeah, so those are the big ones: cholesterol, A1C, sugars. We see occasionally improvements. Yeah, I'm blanking.
Because we're not only trying to help people live longer, but we're trying to help people live better. Right. And I think being in a plastic surgery practice, a lot of us focus on our Pilates body and looking fabulous. But the idea is how do you feel? If you're going to live longer, the questionable value if you're really not able to move and do the things you want to do. And I don't think people realize this is just like tread on your tires. And so the longer that you're delay some of these things, the harder. And we've seen that with Acorn, some of our regenerative medicine. That you're your best self right now. The more you can do now to prevent some of these things, to help get yourself toned and set, the better you're going to be down the road and be able to enjoy life much longer.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of people do see stuff. There's lots of reasons why people can stall out on their weight loss journey stuff. And some of it can be, needing to tweak the medications. It can also be thyroid issues. It can be resistance to insulin. There can be other hormone imbalances as well that make it super challenging in terms of muscle building, in terms of overall metabolism, those type of things. And the one cool thing about having someone like Dr. Chang and Nurse Sarah part of our team stuff is, obviously we can make it super easy and do all your labs in in office. Patients can bring their labs to us and we can have you see Dr. Chang and go over those. So, we're open to anything as long as it's helping you get to a great spot throughout your journey. And I think as Nurse Sarah, has really helped evolve this whole, minimally invasive to non-invasive skin tightening treatment stuff. If you're not right from a physical standpoint, that can be super challenging to get people into a great spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that we can just do this for you right in office, right? So I see a lot of y'all monthly, whether we're doing, like Dr. Franco said, skin tightening treatments or just checking in on your skinny shot. A lot of my patients want to, like you said, not go to as many places. They ask a lot about labs. So I love being able to take advantage of Dr. Chang's wealth of knowledge with his internal medicine background and really, take a look at what might be happening on the inside. Or if you're doing great, like you said, just show, because we know it has so many like cardioprotective benefits being on the skinny shot and all of that, just be able to take a look at the inside essentially and really see or prove that, has been super, super fun.
Because the goal for us is to get you to your fit and fabulous spot. And I think there's so many different ways to do this. And this is one of the reasons that we've integrated this completion consultation at our practice. And now when you see any of us, and this is a perfect example because we got the med spa to my right, the wellness to the left, surgery in the middle. And really, while surgery tends to get the most notoriety, it's actually only just a little portion that needs so much assistance. And that's why, getting you just right from a wellness, whether before and after, I think from the med spa, people don't realize, how much this goes in hand, whether it's scar solutions, because you guys can do some laser, some microneedling, doing some of the treatments during your whole wellness and Ozempic face portion stuff. If any of you have been following my journey, if I could change one thing, I would have gotten Nurse Sarah and Jenna and Gilbert to do some skin tightening and biostimulant on me probably a little bit sooner. I feel like I'm starting to catch up, but it did take a while. And so wish I had started that journey a little bit sooner.
I totally agree. I actually just did a soft wave treatment on my butt and thighs because for me, that's where I really noticed the skin laxity picking up. I've already done Sculpture in my face, which was great, but I, again, would, maybe start that a little bit sooner. So being able to, and if you didn't know, we do offer those. So if you're seeing Dr. Franco for surgery or Dr. Chang for wellness or me for neurotoxins or whatever it is, we really want to take care of you holistically. So, hopefully we will be good providers and offer it to you. But if we don't be afraid to bring it up. We would love to offer you a complimentary completion consultation meeting with any of our other incredible providers to really help you with every step of the way.
Can we just summarize? Because I know we talked about a lot of things, but the core idea here is that we want you to be your absolutely fit and fabulous self. And so what we've introduced is being able to do this complete laboratory examination in office stuff. And so, we can collect everything from your baseline labs to your hormone balance to EKGs. And this can be anyone starting our wellness program, someone that's been in our wellness program, someone who has, stalled out in terms of this, someone who's just part of our med spa, it feels like they're having a little bit of skin laxity, feels like they're not making the progress they want to, whether you're doing M-Sculpt, pure impact stuff. I think it can be so imperative because it's your skin can take a toll, your weight loss, your overall kind of energy level. So, no question the B12, some of the other peptides that we've introduced are helpful, but a lot of times it's great to just get a baseline. And I'll tell you guys on a future episode, some of the things that I've started is I've made my transition, and I think it's just helped me be overall more aware of the things that we need to do to be ourselves. The older or younger that some of us get, the more challenging some of those things are.
Exactly.
Any final comments, Sarah or Kevin, in terms of the labs and why this is so important and why we've taken such extent to offer this to our patients?
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, I think you summed it up quite nicely. I think part of this is just having the comprehensive services, the experience, just making things more accessible for our patients. And then, of course, from the medical standpoint, we just have more objective data to work with, right? And I think people want to know that. It's important. There's a reason why we should be getting screened and so forth. And so, yeah, and back to my earlier kind of blank state there. What I was trying to think of is, we also, obviously, just not the sugars and lipids and stuff, but also kidney and liver function too, which is such a huge part for many people. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just excited to be able to offer another benefit, another, service to really bring you that VIP experience. So thank you for always, being at the forefront of, bringing those services to the practice, because we really do want to take care of you as holistically as possible.
And I think, some of the things that has set our practice apart is that, Nurse Sarah and I have personally lived this. So, I mean, we're super passionate about it because it's personal to us. And so, we basically have brought on things to the practice that would that we're personally doing that are a benefit to us personally. So I've personally gotten my labs drawn in the office. I've personally made some changes with Dr. Chang's help based on those labs. We've introduced some new peptides and treatments in our office based on those labs that I think are going to be super, super helpful. And then I'm still trying to convince Nurse Sarah and Jenna and Gilbert to do another treatment for me here, maybe a little bit of toxin.
We got you.
So if you guys see them, ask them to make some time for me because I need it. You know, these lines are coming in strong, and so don't want anybody to know my age and so forth like that. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Super excited to be bringing you guys some of these new services just to make your life a little bit easier. Not only help you live longer, but live better. Plastic Surgery Untold, greatest podcast in the world, is voted by us. Get us anywhere you get your favorite podcast: iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. And then if you want to see our smiling faces, check us out on YouTube. All right, we'll see you guys soon.